You see, there's a difference. There's DC films, and then there's DC Studios films. These are not the same thing. And that's some of the confusion that James Gunn has been met with just recently. So he tries to clarify the difference between these and what each one means, and how specifically DC Studios is the one that you should probably care about.
Look, I know it's hard to keep track of it because it's just become impossible the last decade due to 3 different people owning WB, each one calling for different shots, shifts away from a shared universe and then back to it and then away from it again, and then sort of muddling the messaging and then rebooting it, but not really rebooting it because the upcoming James Gunn universe is taking some stuff in as canon, other things aren't, whatever the case is. And then we keep hearing that WB is insisting on them including the Batman, but neither party wants it. But then the overlords that are just looking at their bank accounts are going, but Batman make money, Batman and New Superman make more money. Each one make 800 million, 2 make 1.6 billion. See, they're applying Snyder math here, right? It's not a guarantee, but I see what they're doing. So there's a lot of confusion, naturally. So recently, here was a question that was asked of James Gunn. It's very simple. So currently, getting cooked on Wikipedia for trying to make a separate article for DC Studios. They still have you guys under DC Films technically. So annoying. His reply, as you can see here, is, I understand how most people find the distinction confusing, but DC Studios is a different entity than DC Films, which is a different chain of corporate command. DC Films was under WB Pictures. DC Studios is not. So this was posted over in the Facebook group, and there was a discussion among the fans here of the CBC talking about what does this mean, and a lot of confusion because people aren't reading this literally. Everything before DC Studios was WB Pictures and DC Films. When DC Studios was formed, that became a new studio, a new label. Just like the early Marvel films, you had Marvel Entertainment. And then Marvel Entertainment became Marvel Studios, and Marvel Entertainment was a separate entity. That's what we got here. It's 2 different entities, and sometimes you might get a film that's from the other one, depend on what they do, or how it's licensed out, or whatever. Also in regards to TV. So at its base level, it's very confusing. But at its base level, it's also very easy once you just read it and understand that DC Studios is everything coming out in the future, including the likes of The Batman Part 2. That will still be like a DC Studios branded thing, but it's not part of shared universe. It's something that's like co-joined, you know? Hopefully that explains all this crazy confusion.